Jesus meets people in a simple way. First, he asks his disciples about their desires. What are you looking for? And then he invites them to go with him. This is exactly what Mother Mazzarello did. She heard the same invitation and followed Jesus. This is also the path of hundreds, even thousands of young people who are looking for Jesus. We met him and we followed him as FMA. I have had the great fortune of being able to visit the places where Mother Mazzarello lived and other places in the world where we Salesians work, trying to make a reality of her dream, to educate the young, passing on the infinite love that God has for us. And I was also able to visit other places like Rome, England, the Dominican Republic, Ecuador, the United States, Italy, Vietnam, and Cambodia, where the Salesians continue trying to make the same dream a reality. When I was in Mornese, I asked myself how it could be possible that from this small people lost in the hills of Italy, the Salesian charism could spread throughout the whole world. In Rome, while we were studying in the missionary course, I lived with sisters from all parts of the world, from countries like the Congo, Myanmar, India, China, Germany, Colombia, the Philippines. I was able to share life and mission with them, and it is moving when you realize that distances become shorter and walls begin to crumble, because it is the same love of God which is at the center of our lives, and the passion for young people, especially the most needy, which inspires all our actions. Whenever I go to a new place, somebody asks me, "But Gema, do you know anyone there?" And the answer was always, "No." But I can assure you that when you enter a Salesian house, it doesn't matter where in the world it is, you discover that you are at home. We are a big family. I could tell you thousands of stories, all of them simple, but important for me. When I arrived in El Salvador, a country rich in natural resources, but sometimes threatened by violence and poverty, I discovered a community which works for the poorest youth. Let me tell you about a boy named Papita, one of the boys who I met there. He taught me that we can smile even in the midst of suffering. He had a degenerative disease which caused him a lot of pain and which was slowly paralyzing him. But that didn't stop him from being happy and smiling continually. Don't you think this is Salesian joy? The Dominican Republic was the place where I found sisters totally engaged. Sister Angela, Sister Cesarina, Sister Cata. They didn't have even a minute for themselves. At any time, people could come to them to ask for any need, and they were always available to listen and to help. The sisters also went to visit the families in the villages, even in asphyxiating heat. In this way, they knew the needs and always offered a word of encouragement and hope in a place where poverty and the lack of a future is a reality for most of the people. They are really mothers, able to welcome and assist. In one of the playgrounds where we played with the children, I discovered many of them were without shoes, and with only one shoe. Yes, and the reason was that some of them did not have shoes, and those who had shared with the others. That can only happen in a place where you feel comfortable and at home. That is how it is on all the playgrounds of the Salesian houses where I have lived. I cannot describe the day I arrived in Cambodia, nor can I describe any of the other days I lived there. To be able to pray with the students daily, or to enjoy chatting with them, sometimes with hand gestures because I don't know the language yet. One of the students in our home ec classes asked me, "Do you have brothers and sisters?" "Yes," I answered. She told me, "Oh, I would love to have had siblings." Later on, I found out that her mother had abandoned her at the market when she was a little girl, and she never heard from her family again. Now, she does not have brothers and sisters, but she has the Salesians, who are giving her an education that allows her to defend herself in life and to have her own family. I can assure you that Cambodian people are known for smiling readily. Of them all, though, she is one of the ones I have most seen smile in my whole life. I could tell you about a past pupil from our school for seamstresses who lived on a floating village and who has a prosthetic leg. After studying in our school, she went back to her village, and now she has a husband, a beautiful little girl, and a job which allows her to live with dignity. Her face lit up when the sisters went to visit her family. Education transforms lives. I could tell you about one of our students in the 4th grade who, with her sick parents, now maintains a small store with which the family can survive. The sisters are helping her so that she can continue with her studies. Isn't this great news? Yes. One day Jesus looked at me and made me fall in love with him. My Salesian missionary vocation is a great gift for me, and I can only give thanks for having received it. Casting aside your plans, your family, your way of thinking, your things, to go and meet others, to share and give your life is the best thing that can happen to you. Don't let time pass and look at your surroundings, because I'm sure that you can always be able to enter into the lives of others, offering the best of yourselves, like Mother Mazzarello, and other hundreds of Salesians throughout the 7 continents, for whom it is enough that you are young for me to love you.